fantasy football phenom, I am telling you right now, I am imploring, beseeching you to watch the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league? No, you don't. You want to win. And if you want to get that advantage, you got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Hey fans, this is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers, and you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. This is Get Right Fantasy Network, and I'm here with my boy Classic Mike. What up, Classic Mike? How you doing tonight?
What up, man? Excited to be doing a Scotty Fishbowl mock tonight.
There it is. I got the logo right here. Look at that. Check it out.
Yeah.
And we got a special guest in the house tonight. I don't want to say completely special, but you know, he's part of the Get Right family here. Mr. Tim here down at the bottom. We're going to switch that up, actually. Here we go. From the Fantasy Frontline. Make sure you guys check him out. What's going on, Tim? How you doing tonight?
Oh, you're muted, Timmy.
There we go. All right. I'm doing good, man. I appreciate the invite. I'm happy you put me on top because that's how I'm coming out for the Scott Fish.
Ooh, I like it. Coming out swinging.
Now, remember, there is only two of us in this three that are in this particular, fraternity of people right now.
All right.
Hey,
I mean, the host has to get a
time.
spot. I'm trying to get in, man. I got second place in the races, man. But yeah, man. So we're happy to be here tonight, man. Last week we did our Best Ball Mania, of course, on Underdog. For those of you guys who don't know, underdogfantasy.com. Make sure you use that promo code GETRIGHT. And when you do, make your deposit up to $100. They will match it 100%. So go check it out. Get in that Best Ball Mania and their other best ball drafts that they have. But yeah, man. So let's pull up this screen here. Tonight we're doing this Scotty Fishbowl mock, man. We're gonna go through the rules and everything as well too. A couple things here that are a little different in this tournament. But just to give you guys some background on this, it's Scott Fishbowl, man. Make sure you're signed up. ScottFishbowl.com.
Make sure you're registered, or otherwise
gotta register.
You can't get in. Yeah,
you won't get in, right? So that's important. And if you want to win a spot like me, since Mike said I'm not in it right now, you gotta try to get in there, man. Follow the Fantasy Cares and at SFB Merch on Twitter. And they're doing daily challenges and contests to get a spot in one of those 100-yard races, so that you can win your spot in there, man. So I'm hoping to get in here soon. So
all right, I'm gonna start her up so these guys.
Let's get it started, man. Let's do it. So tell us a little bit about the scoring and everything here, and then we'll talk about the tournament and all that stuff. So go ahead, Classic.
So the big thing this year that Scotty Fish wanted to do is there are no negatives for this year. So this year there is not one negative point. Everything is we're going to indulge this year. So that being said, there are no negative points. Passing is like normal. And then on top of that, there's rushing incentives. So there's 1 point per first down, and there's 0.25 per carry. And it's same with receiving. And then tight ends get an extra point per first down, extra point per reception. So they are, that's why we see Kelsey at the 104. I've seen Kelsey go at the 102. I've seen him go at the 101.
Mm-hmm.
So this
You're
is
on the
kind
clock, by
of
the way.
No, I know.
Okay.
So
just I had to make sure.
No, you're good. I already knew who I wanted. So in this particular case, everything's a little different. Well, that's the only really huge difference with the points scoring. On top of that, the format is super flex. There's 3 flex options with 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and there's also a kicker. Now, the formats are different. So for sleeper, there is no flex kicker or no, so what you have to play a kicker. You have no choice. You have to play a kicker if you are on the sleeper format. If you're on MFL, you don't have to play a kicker at all. You can actually punt kicker and not do it at all. But kickers do get, they're going to get 3.3 points for every extra point now. So instead of the 1 point, you get 3.3 to give them the the points that you need. So technically, you want a guy that's going to be kicking field goals accurately, but also at the same time that can also get extra points. So those are really they're helpful, but not really. Tight ends seem to be the top option, so they're coming off the board a little bit faster than normal. But
Wow, look at that turn.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy that he gets that turn, to be fair. That's a ridiculous, but he's going to be punting. He's punting QB now.
That's rough. I mean, you can still get a decent one in the third round. Depends on how the board plays out.
Maybe.
And I don't think you mentioned one of the biggest differences here too is the third round reversal.
Oh, I keep
the
forgetting
Scotty
about
Fishbowl.
that. The third round reversal. So yeah, that's the other part included. We're going to be doing 22 rounds tonight. Not like normal. We usually do the 15 rounds, so it's a little bit more, but it's worth it for a special clause. Make sure you guys check out the description below. We have everything listed for everybody. If you want to buy merchandise, go down there. Scott Fishbowl merch, all in there. Make sure you guys are checking out Fantasy Cares on YouTube every day. They are there running races like Rasta said, and they give you a chance to get in. So if you want to get in, that's your best opportunity to get in. I got in through that particular option. I actually got in, won the what is it called? The whatever they do
Viewer
at the
race. Yeah, the viewer race.
Viewer race. And all you do is wait for them to say a word and you type it in quick and try to hit enter before everybody else. So, make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys are doing that. If you're still looking again, there's plenty of spots too. They're still trying to fill divisions.
Yeah. There's
So
a
make
lot
sure
of divisions in each spot.
They're giving out over 3,000 spots this year.
3,300 this year.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I knew it was over 3,000.
Last year it was 3,000. So he added about 300. There are a ton of divisions. Honestly, it is crazy the amount of divisions that are out there. They're always looking for people. So make sure you guys follow Fantasy Cares on Twitter and Scott Fishbowl merch. And make sure you guys go buy some merch too. It goes towards all the charities, all the things that Fantasy Cares supports. So make sure you guys check them out. All their logos and stuff are freaking amazing. Also, check out the Scotty Fishbowl Abbeys. I mean, those guys have been working their tails off. I'm in a chat with Jordan Lupe, and the guy is killing it. He really is. I love what he does. Who's the other guy? Shelby Touchdowns is another guy that I really like. He has a few really, really cool ones that I really like. So make sure you guys check them out. Really, really good stuff coming from them.
There it is. All right, man. So Tim, tell us about how you got your bid, man, and your experience here with the Scott Fishbowl.
I
made a nice little run last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I made it to the second round of the playoffs. I'm hoping to be back again. I drafted out of the 10 spot last year, but yeah, I just applied, and thankfully I got in. I was able to go to the LA draft live, and I'll be back again this year, so that's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to that. I'll be at the live draft with FF Tycoon here.
Yeah,
nice. That's awesome.
Who's
absolutely
drafted in the spot ahead of me or behind me, whichever you prefer.
A little bit of both actually throughout the draft.
Donnie,
that's
no.
awesome. Oh, Donnie, where you at? Don't forget about the third round reversal, my guy. Oh no.
Dang.
Hold on.
I mean, that's not a bad auto pick to have, though.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Wait. I'm trying.
There it is. Hold on.
I'm surprised Tua went in the second. Looks like it's going to be pretty heavy.
Hold on. Let me see if he can get it. Brocal's still waiting anyway, so I don't even see him green. I want to see if he gets the chance.
Yeah, he's in another draft right now, too. Make sure you add him right now. Yeah, so third round reversal. See, he just said he didn't know. So he's back now. Right. He'll get off auto. He went to go get a drink. Make sure you at Brocal right now. Get him going. While you do that, man, and again, we appreciate your patience, guys, here. We want to make sure we get an accurate draft for you guys. Let's give a little shout out, man, who we have here in the room. So we appreciate everybody here that was able to come out and join us tonight. We put it out here on Twitter and had a lot of folks. We called, and these people are actually drafted in their spots. Every single person in here, besides myself here at the 3 spot, is drafting in their spot that they're going to be in the actual Scotty Fish Bowl. So here in the first spot, we have Drew FF. He came in through Tim. So Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about him and how you know him? And how you got him in here.
I posted it on Twitter, so
okay.
Just following each other, and he hit me up for a spot, and thankfully he had his spot available to him.
Oh, perfect. Is he part of any kind of like podcast or anything like that, or just a
no, not
avid
right now.
fanatic? Oh, okay. So
I think he's just an avid fanatic.
Okay, there we go. We got a couple of those in here tonight too, man. So shout out here in the 2 spot. We got John here, JWN7113. Again, myself here in the 3 spot. In the 4 spot, we have FF Tyler O. He's at the same thing. It's nice when the sleeper handle matches the Twitter handle for consistency there. So make sure you guys go follow him. He's a lead analyst at JWB Fantasy Football.
Nice.
Also a number 20 expert ranker at Fantasy Pros, man. So we got Sharks in this room tonight. So we're happy to have him. Appreciate you spending your Friday night here with us on Friday Night Mocks here on the Get Right Fantasy Network. Here in the 5 spot, he's no stranger here to Get Right. We have Mr. Rick Avery here. You can find him at Ravery92. Ravery won here in the 5 spot, so shout out to him. He got in here again this year. In the 6th spot, we have Jay Moeller, 05. He's a contributor for P2W Fantasy at Fantasy League Winners and Rantings of a Fantasy Football Fanatic podcast. So happy to have you out here, my brother. And in the 7th spot, we got, again, your one, your only Classic Mike. So again, congrats, Classic, for getting in this tournament, man. 2nd year in a row.
Yeah, 2nd year.
Absolutely, man. Last shout out to the Tokyo League last year.
Tokyo League from last year. Shout out to Scotty Fish 12 Tokyo League. We were actually one of the best leagues out there. We actually had, I think, 10 in the playoffs.
No way.
Which was rare. We had a really good group of guys.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was a fun group. We were the 5th fastest at drafting in the slow drafts. So we actually were really quick with, getting our teams picked and everything. I really enjoyed that group. So shout out Tokyo group. Now I'm in the Sabaro group for New York City. We're doing New York City Live.
Come on, give it to me, John. Don't do it to me. Oh, go ahead. Oh yeah, give it to me. Let's go. Ooh,
nice
stack with Gina. With Hertz there. With the
nice.
Go ahead.
No, I like that.
Sorry, I got excited there. I was
hey, that's something to be excited about. But yeah, we got we're going to be in New York City Live this year, going at Tito Murphy's. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait to meet all the guys from the group. We've been talking all week, talking about pizza, talking about, food and just all different types of travel, all that crap. So, I'm excited to, meet everybody in the city over there. So, we start, I think, the 15th of July. It's on a Saturday. A lot of other people, the slow drafts start on the 10th, or a lot of them start at the 10th. So get those entries in, man, because they're going to look to fill these things quick. It's going to come like in huge waves soon.
Absolutely. So finishing up here, of course, we got Tim here in the 8th spot. He mentioned it earlier, hitting that live draft out there with the person we got here in the 9th spot, Mr. Tycoon, who just warned everybody in the actual chat of the mock, said some interesting choices. Not that I don't want an advantage, but everyone here is understanding it's the SFB 13 scoring, right?
Yeah.
My answer to that is I don't, since I'm not in it. So I'm just building the team here. I just assume it's not too far off, considering there's no negative points and stuff like that. I should have probably grabbed some running backs, but I wanted to. There's a lot of flex and receiver, 3 wide receiver here. So,
and on top of that, you also get a little bit more room to wanting to go with that 3rd down back or that like guy that gets 3rd downs, because in a flex spot, they're valuable.
Yeah, so those 1st downs and stuff like that. So
correct. And
that's why I'm like, I feel like I can find a little bit of value later. Probably should have grabbed the tight end here soon, but maybe I have a plan for that.
Well, you
we'll
can
see
see
what happens.
that most of us are doing the same exact thing. So round 1, 2, and 3 and myself are all doing the exact same build. We're all doing that, two QB, 2 wide receivers, and punting the running back. I don't know how good of a strategy it is, but we're gonna see how these things turn out.
That's why we're mocking. We're gonna check it out.
One of the things I noticed, I'm in the 108 Scott Fish Bowl draft, and Joey Wright, who's he's kind of like an influencer, social media, fantasy football personality.
Oh yeah, Joey Wright, maybe. Yeah,
and so he put together a compilation of last year's finishes with this year's scoring, and for me, the thing that stood out the most was the fact that Justin Jefferson, who finished as the wide receiver 1, wasn't even a top 15 overall.
Oh, wow.
In fantasy points. And so for me, that immediately pushes the wide receivers down. I'm 100% going to be punting wide receiver till about coming up here soon. Maybe we'll see. But yeah,
it makes sense.
I'm going to be a robust running back kind of guy this year.
Yeah,
well, and honestly, I mean,
0.25 per carry.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be getting a guy in the realms of Metcalf, Allen, Samuel, Cooper, even Hopkins. I mean, we don't know where he's going to go, but it seems evident that it could be either, in this case, the Titans. It could be the Patriots. Those are the 2 teams that are still floating around. The Titans offered Hopkins a deal. So we'll see. Who did you want the most out of that? Did you want Metcalf?
I'm pretty sure Tycoon just got snipes right there.
Yeah.
ETN.
Where are we at? Hold on.
I got sniped because that's who I was hoping fell.
Yeah, see? See? Tyler's saying, be quiet. Timmy giving out all the secrets here, man. We're trying to educate here.
I'm trying to let the people know. I mean,
we got to let the people know, man. We're the best kept secret. Don't worry. Hey, but no, all of you guys in here, let me finish up saying who we got in the room here. Again, shout out to Tycoon here. He's the fantasy CEO, as we all know, host of the Fantasy Boardroom podcast. So make sure you go check him out. Of course, give him a follow at FF Tycoon on Twitter. Again, he's in the 9th spot, trying to let us know what's going on here. In the 10th spot, we have Big Boned. I like that name, at Big Boned FFB on Twitter. He's the writer and host of the Fantasy Burn. So make sure you guys go check him out. Give him a follow. In the 11th spot, we got Calvin here, Mr. BroCal44 on Twitter. He's number 38 here on Sleeper. I guess he has a couple aliases. But he's a big Broncos fan, as we all know, man. Part of the Get Right family here, been here a long time. And actually is the guy who introduced us to the guy here in the 12th spot, Mr. Donnie Tubbs. He was on with us
Don Flick,
not last week, but the week before.
Yep.
He was on here, so make sure you go back and check out that episode if you missed it. Yeah. But in the 12th spot, Mr. Donnie Tubbs at Don Flick on Twitter. He's a data specialist for at PFF, and you guys might know him as the producer over at the Fantasy Whisperers. So again, always love having Donnie here. So again, those are your 12 that are mocking here in the room. Again, make sure you guys go give them a follow here, show them the love from the Get Right family. And yeah, for those of you guys who are out there, man, we'd appreciate if you retweeted this out to your guys' followers and then introduce them to us. So
yeah, for sure.
We appreciate this, man. We mock out here every Friday. Friday night mocks, man. As you guys see here, we roll our sleeves up and put in a lot of work here in the off season to get you guys right. So here we go. Who do I want here?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I should have went a different method. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like having Kenny Walker as my RB1.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not a good start.
There's a lot of surprises for me. Trevor Lawrence and JT both falling. I've seen it's an easy take for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I hope my draft plays out a lot like this in LA over at Trophy Smack. But
not with Tycoon in front of you.
I think I gave away. I think too many people are listening now. I'll leave
that's why he was saying, man, they all were listening, man. You got to be quiet over here, Tim. I'm
liking that T-Law and Field stack. Just one on top of the other. It's honestly, I like Trevor Lawrence a lot for this particular format. and it gives you an opportunity to reach a little bit for a couple of guys. We saw over for JWN 71, he went for Anthony Richardson before, what is that? QB, can't do math today. 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. So he went QB 14 and, got him in the 4th round. A little early for my taste, but I mean, he has no negative. There's no negative to him. So
that's the biggest positive you can get, especially for Anthony Richardson, who is going to struggle, but
agreed.
In this format, pure upside. I don't hate it. I've seen Anthony Richardson go just a variety of different places, anywhere from the 6th round to the 2nd round. I've seen him in the back end of the 2nd.
Gotta do it
more than once, and it's going to be interesting for all drafts to see where he lands.
No, for sure. And honestly, that's it's not a bad place for him, and for the build that he's making, it kind of works out. So I get the build, I get why he's doing it, and so I always am going to go with the same guys that I love. So it's so hard to get off that, but that's why I really like this format. I'm really excited to see how this goes this year. Another part that I forgot to bring up about the Scott Fish Bowl: there is no trades. There is no anything. You are just set with your lineup. You have to add drop. That's it. Like, that's all you can do. So it's a very different type of format, so that you have to kind of, it's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of trying to figure out, if you're going to drop a guy or not, if I should grab this particular guy or not. And, Tim, I'm going to just tell you right now, if it comes to the point where someone doesn't get picked here, I'm going to take the guy that you want.
I would hope you don't do that.
I'm gonna, because I know who you want. And I'm doing it because I feel like I have to. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry.
That is who I was looking at.
I'm sorry. I haven't gotten him anywhere. I'm surprised he actually made it this far.
Yeah, it's a little wild for me, but it's great value, You're looking at a guy who's probably going to be the alpha on that team, and alphas are going to command targets. Even if Christian Kirk is eating into his workload, Calvin Ridley's still going to see 100+ targets.
Yeah, no, I agree.
My whole thing on that is I'd rather just get Christian Kirk for his price later to get a piece of that same offense. So
I don't disagree with you.
And it's the same thing with McLaurin and Dotson, and it's the same thing with who else? There's one other one that I like doing that
Judy
with too.
And Sutton.
No, I don't like taking really Sutton so much.
I don't know how.
I'll think of it. No, not those two. Who am I thinking of? Maybe it is just those two. If it comes to me, I'll let you guys know.
Well,
no, it's JSN and Lockett. I just take Lockett. Okay. I take Lockett later.
No, it makes sense.
I don't think that one's going to work out. I think JSN
will
for the first
take
8 games of the season, you're going to see Lockett see a substantial part of that workload, but then I think that.
Well, that's what I mean. More in redraft. I know you're more a dynasty guy, of course.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Fantasy Frontline podcast. Make sure you guys go hit the sub over there. But more so just for redraft again, like you said, because usually rookies start a little slow. I'd rather get Lockett. My whole idea is if I do target Lockett late and he does produce early, then I'm looking to package him to try to trade up and get someone else that might be breaking out later. So that's kind of my little bit of strategy there.
See, I see another strategy that Tim can go with, and I hope he doesn't, but he probably will because he's right in front of me. But you can do what Tycoon's doing and grabbing guys like, the two tight ends that are right one after the other, and tight end is going to be a very prominent position this year as a whole, just because of the extra points for reception, extra points for first downs. All that stuff is huge, and it's on top of the receiving stuff too. So it's what was the whole thing that he said that essentially Travis Kelce can get like 8 points off of one play.
6, 20-yard first down would be 6 points.
Yeah, so you gotta always remember that. So we got Drunk in the house. What's up, Drunk?
What up, Squidward? What up?
We got Bennett. going.
I like Bennett already. Oh, he said he agrees with Tim. Never mind.
Yeah, he agrees with JSN on
He's-
That's
Tim.
because he's a
guess it's-
smart man. He knows.
No, that's right.
I just don't. I don't see the ceiling there.
I just meant for the price. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I get
it's gonna
both.
be
I
an
get it.
ugly situation over there.
Don't worry. In Dynasty, I'm taking him 100 times out of 50. So
Because I don't know what people are going to do. I know JSN's good. They draft Charbonnet in the same round or in the same area that they drafted Kenneth Walker. So who knows what's going on with that? Are they going to try to run the ball more? Are they going to, throw out 3 wide receiver sets? Yes, but then who's gonna be the dog over there? It's too many questions for me. I'm kind of avoiding that whole offense except for Geno and Redraft.
Okay, that's fair.
just shout out to Big Boned in the sleeper chat. He said you sniped him for Judy. So just
Sorry,
FYI.
brother. You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's
Yeah.
rough out. It's rough.
It's
out here.
rough in these streets.
It's rough in these
Oh, yeah.
waters. Oh,
No.
classic. That was the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I it's so hard because normally this is not my build. This is not something that I normally go with. I'm like Tim.
Fishbowl's not normal.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's why
But
it's
at the
fun.
same time, I'm normally like Tim. I'm usually a little bit more, robust RB, grab my guys early, and just have a steady base. Ken Walker's not horrible. We were just talking about the fact that he's going to be paired with Charbonnet. So do they eat into each other? Do they get to the point where, one takes away from one another? I don't know. And they're both built the same. That's the other thing. They're both used the same way. So
I've got Walker as
Don't do it to me,
he's
Tyler.
a different type of back in the sense of he's a lot more electric than Charbonnet is. Charbonnet's more of the grinder, and he's gonna get tougher yards, but it's gonna be tough to see how that works out.
yeah, I agree. Oh, you little bastard.
Take me some Madison here. You guys is sleeping over here.
Oh,
No,
I wasn't
don't know.
sleeping. I was
I don't
hoping he fell. He's been
I'm
falling
just
into at least the 8th round because Sleeper hasn't updated yet. So I've been
Right.
waiting for that, that late pick.
It is. No, that was nice.
No, it was a nice pick.
I honestly don't think they go into the season with the running back room, and I think Tim, I saw you comment on a post on Twitter today about that as well. I think they signed someone, man.
I think they have Lenny
Minnesota.
or Zeke.
Somebody. I mean,
No,
he
they're
still
not
may be
signing
the
anybody.
he still may be the main guy, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there is a chance. So we'll
Right
see.
now, the only words,
Of course, JSN is the guy right here. I'm being tested. Oh,
the
I'm
only
being
guy
tested.
that I've heard about that has been
I'm going out of left
in-
field. Let's
oh,
go.
fuck you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Tight end, double tight end premium, fellas. 2 points per.
Fuck you.
2 points per reception.
That's who
and
I was
1 point
going with
per-
right in this round. You
I got
suck.
you. See, all I needed was Tycoon
You
to
suck.
tell
And
me
Tim was
what
looking
was
for
going
that pick.
on. I just
Tim
needed a
was
couple
definitely
rounds.
looking for that pick.
needed
He
a
was
couple
gonna go
rounds,
there. I
see what was
know he
going
was.
on.
Yeah.
And then I had
He
to
wanted
figure
to
this
stack-
out,
Oh
guys.
He
my
wanted it.
God.
Oh,
Tim,
knew
you
that
know
was
my
gonna happen.
affinity for.
Come on.
Come on.
That's my go-to in the 8th round.
Oh,
Deontay
no, he
Johnson
is-
every time.
He's my guy right now.
Got him.
Like, he is my guy. I want him everywhere. I don't care where I go. I'm going home with Deontay Johnson.
This is really a position.
The truthers.
Yeah,
All right, we
that
got
I
Drunk-
just.
Oh, we both were seeing the same thing. All right, so Drunk Squidward says I did trade yesterday in one of his Superflex leagues. He traded Dak, Dalton Schultz, and a 2024 second, and he got Daniel Jones, Scary
Ooh.
Terry, and D Hop. He
Ooh,
wants to
I
know
like
our
it.
thoughts. He said the guy wanted a QB in a better situation.
No,
so,
I like his. I like what he
you
got.
like it?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Tim, Mr. Dynasty over here? What you thinking about this?
Okay.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
I was
you were just
making-
making.
I was
your pick.
making my
Oh, I thought he was gonna make it back to me. That was a nice pick right there.
pick. I was struggling making that
I
pick.
like me some Madison this year.
I did
All right, go
trade
ahead. Go
yesterday
ahead.
on my Superflex League. Trade Dak, Dalton, Schultz in 24 second. Got Danny, Terry, and D Hop. I don't hate it, honestly. I think
I
it's
like
a fairly even trade. I do like Daniel Jones a lot this year. He
Me
threw like
too.
15 touchdowns last year. I expect that number to go up substantially. I'm expecting at least 25.
I was gonna say, I was gonna give you a line at 20. And what did you think? And okay, so you got the over on the
Yeah.
20. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the over on that.
Okay.
Terry, they bring in Bieniemy. Sam Howell is a better quarterback than they had last year, which really
Agreed.
isn't saying a lot, but we'll see. And D Hop still has it. I don't care what nobody says. D Hop is still a beast. He's still a monster, and he's.
So you don't
making
care
one
what
heck-
team?
No, he's gonna be the alpha wherever he goes, and he's gonna be the guy because that's just the kind of player he is. You see the ego, and he's got the skills to back it up, and that's just what he's gonna do. So,
No, that's fair.
I'll take that side, though. I do like Dalton Schultz this year. I think he may end up leading the Texans in receiving.
Nice.
And he could end up being a top 5 tight end for whatever that's worth.
No, I completely agree with you. I think that Dalton Schultz is going to be – he's going to live in that tight end 5, tight end 12 area, like that. That realm that they all just kind of sit in, but that's still the top. So for me, I really like him a lot, and he is just – for me, it's the safety blanket for a rookie QB, and he lives in that short intermediate route. Like he just likes to just drop into the zone, and that's what Stroud's going to do is just quick little dump offs to him. So I really like him a lot.
Be that security blanket for him.
Yeah.
And Stroud is a good quarterback. I think his mobility is a little underrated right now, but I think Dalton Schultz is 100%. At times, I mean, I don't know every week, but I think he could seriously end up leading the Texans in receiving.
I think he's a solid start every week. I think he's someone that you can kind of set and forget for the most part. He's definitely somebody that I keep my eye on in a lot of these drafts for, more towards the later rounds if I'm looking to punt tight end. If you're going to go grab him here, go ahead, Tim. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where fuck you, Tycoon.
Nah, he got you. Good job, Tycoon.
He knows my guy. He knows my guy. He knows who I'm looking for. He knows exactly what I was looking for.
Shout out to Brokow with the first person at 3 tight ends.
Wow.
Tough.
Yeah,
I just don't think tight ends are going to be dependable enough, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard. They're going to have some spike weeks for sure, but
yeah.
I've seen some builds to go, 3 tight ends in the flex. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I agree. It's very tough to even think about going with 3 tight ends unless you're really in a situation where you feel the tight end is, worth more than your particular, whoever you're picking from. And now I have to make that choice after you make yours. Yeah. See, I
had him queued up.
See, I know the 3 guys that I know the guys that currently Rasta has queued up, and I'm thinking of taking one of those guys.
Who you got? I have 6.
Oh no, it's definitely Brian Robinson is queued up as one.
Nope, he's not.
Well, he's queued up for at least the next round on the way back. And then Juwan Johnson is the other guy. And I'm sorry, Rasta.
You're 0 for 2, man.
Too bad.
I wasn't looking at wide receiver
too early for Johnson.
No, he's not.
He's one of my favorite best ball picks, though.
Dotson is. I'm ready to. I don't care where.
Jahan Dotson.
Dotson. Yeah. Hey man,
Dotson this year.
I like Dotson. Yeah. I like a lot of what Washington might be able to do with Eric Bieniemy. I think Bieniemy doesn't get the credit he deserved for what he did in Kansas City, and I think he could really change that offense around over there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. They're a pretty solid team on both sides of the ball. They just really haven't been able to put it together.
That's fair.
For the most part, offensively.
Did you say what's up to Roman already? What's up, Roman? I don't know if we missed.
No, I did not. I'm sorry, Roman.
Right.
I did not mean to do that to you.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
It's crazy. Okay, so one guy.
Hey, there's like 7 people I want to pick right now. Like all with this one pick. I feel like I need 3 people.
See, you want to know something crazy to me? The one guy that I find incredibly weird to see fall is Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Guy's fallen to the 9th round when he was going last year like 2nd, 3rd. And it's just incredible to see the drop because he might have Baker or Trask or whoever they have there. Baker's still serviceable. Like, he's not a horrible quarterback. For people to think that he's going to fall off that badly is crazy to me. He's the tallest receiver he's ever had.
I just don't think Mike Evans' skill set works well with Baker and the Tampa Bay offense anymore. So I can understand why he's fallen. I'm a lot higher on Godwin myself.
Okay.
Just because I don't think Baker throws a great deep ball.
Okay, that's fair.
But
so
Mike Evans is still what, 6'4"? So.
6'5", I think. The guy's a monster.
So,
Drunk goes.
He can still throw it up.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then you got Mike. Looks like Paris Campbell might be a wide receiver one. Heard great things from him. Yeah, no, don't believe the hype.
We do this every year.
Every year.
Oh no, now he's running back too, so he's like.
Yeah, I know. They have him in the running back spot. He's going to be a running back too. Guys, let's be very clear. I'm a very big Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan my whole life. I've been listening to that for a long time. And Paris Campbell is probably one of my favorite guys, like when he was coming into the league. And every time I got him hyped up, he always got hurt. I'm glad they brought him in. I like the situation. I'm actually really happy with what the Giants have done as a whole. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't go with another, ex-receiver type guy to help out Hodges on the outside. But, I mean, Slayton is kind of that type of guy. So they're going to be keeping him and Hodges on the outside. And then they're going to just be rotating out with Campbell and Robinson and all different types of guys throughout that spot. So honestly, I think it works out. And everything will be fine for the Giants. But I don't see Campbell being a huge, number one. I think it's going to be Hodges. That's my guy.
Yeah, I'll take Godwin, not Evans so much, but
yeah.
I honestly, if he could just stay healthy, for me it's Sterling Shepard. The guy.
Oh no, hey,
the guy is good.
Shep is the truth. I
he just can't stay healthy, but Shep.
When he plays, he's good.
I was at that game, Tim. I was there and I saw the whole play happen at the very end. It was like the last play for the Giants. And
didn't the ball not even go to him? Like it went to somebody else, right? He was like in the back of the end zone or something.
He was running around on the outside, and then the sniper shot, just boom. And I'm like, oh man, it was the worst feeling. No one really noticed it. That was the thing that kind of caught everybody off guard, is that no one really noticed it. They kind of they saw him go down, and then I'm like, what happened? And I saw a bunch of guys kind of surround him, and I didn't really see it. I saw it on on a replay after, and I'm like, holy shit, he just
he just sniped Tycoon big time.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay,
he MF'd you right there,
Timmy.
Yeah.
Why are you going for a guy coming off Liz Frank surgery that is still healing and will not be ready for the start of the season and probably won't be ready until
same reason why people drafted Javonte Williams around before him and Breece Hall?
Hey, that's
5 rounds before him.
Let him draft whatever he wants. Let him defend himself.
I'm a big believer in Rashad Bateman from just a prospect profile. I really think the guy is super good. I like the fact that Baltimore brought in this new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, and I really believe that he's going to be the guy. I'm not worried about OBJ. I'm not Zay Flowers is cool, but he's a small guy. He's a little gadget guy. He's just a better version of Rondale Moore for me. Rashad Bateman is still the one over there. So I'm all for it, especially this late. We're talking about a guy who I think has the talent to be a top 20 wide receiver.
I just don't see it. He's still got another at least 3 months, and they're using quarter zone shots to make it to make him feel better. Though that's not a good sign. And I will say this, and I'll say it over and over again. My wife went through this with her Liz Frank injury. She had a slight difference because it was trauma, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it takes 3 months for the bone to heal from the screws that they took out. So overall, you still in this particular situation are 3 months out from even being productive and starting PT. just trying to get yourself back into the swing of things. So yeah, I was thinking of Dulch before, but I didn't want to go down that route. I wanted
definitely
to
taking Dulcis right here.
Yeah, I would have taken him before that. So it was between Komet and him. And honestly, I didn't like taking Komet, but I wanted Laporta to come all the way back to me, and freaking Donflick
Gotcha.
pain in my ass.
I mean,
Getting sniped everywhere here.
It's tough with Rashad Bateman. I'm just a real believer in the talent and the profile, and it's it's gonna suck. And I think he's got the work ethic, especially with the new scheme that's coming over to Baltimore. It's in the 10th round. You know, we're looking at guys like Quentin Johnston. You know, actually, Quentin Johnston's already gone, so we're looking at
I wanted both of those guys. And
Jamison Williams is automatically out for 6 games. The whole wide receiver room as a whole, the draft board is just terrible right now. So I'll take the last of what I feel is a tier break.
And that's where I'm conflicted. Like that took the whole wind out of my sails. I was waiting for that pick to land. I wanted that pick more than anything in the world. I always get them in the 10th round, 11th round, something like that. I kind of punted tight end earlier than I normally do. I normally go with Evan Ingram in the 8th round, roughly. And, I try to grab Laporta in the 10th as the way back. I love Laporta this year with Jared Goff. And I was trying to get that stack in if I could. But, hey.
That's just how it plays out sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't always play out the way you want to, but that's fine. It's fine, Donflick. You suck. It's fine.
How do you feel about his counterpart over here that he took in Dalton Kincaid?
See, I don't mind Kincaid. I understand his situation. I think he'll do well there once everything starts moving forward. With Baltimore or Buffalo. Once they get things moving, they need another pass catcher. They're going to be using a lot more 2 tight end sets. So it's going to be him and Knox. But Knox recently just got hurt. So he might be the guy. So we'll see. It's based on a lot of things. We still got a ton of time. I mean, we're only in June. So we got another 3 months till anything happens. But either way, I think Kincaid, I think this is a really prime time for him for the fact that Knox is out. It gives him an opportunity to build a rapport, and it gives him an opportunity to kind of build on his own. I think overall his talent is there. I think he'll do well. I just think it's going to be another, situation. He doesn't have the same capital as someone like Kyle Pitts, but he's a first-round tight end. They take time to develop. All tight ends take time to develop. Mm-hmm. So for me, I rather wait and see how that goes. Laporta, to me, the draft capital was a little bit more intriguing because of the fact that he was drafted in the 2nd round in the early part of it. They're looking to incorporate him in it. They lost a lot of their wide receivers due to this whole gambling thing, and we don't know how many more, soon. And I still think he has a situation that is favorable to him. So, he's not my tight end 1 is my point. He's like a tight end 2, 3. I don't see him breaking tight end 12. I think he's going to stay. Okay, maybe he'll be in tight end 12, but he's not going to go crazy and be like Kyle Pitts, where he might be in his rookie season that tight end 5. Like, he's not that guy.
Right. I'm gonna roll with.
Going with the rookies here. Strong rookie
what's
class.
What's going on in New Orleans? I have not a clue how that's going to shake out, but I want
no one does,
it, and I want the cheapest piece of it.
I don't blame you. We got Wilson going. What's your guys' favorite draft slot in the Scotty Fishbowl? I really like the 12 spot with the 3rd round reversal. What do you guys? Well, Timmy, we've only been drafting from 8 and 7, so.
Yeah, from what I've seen, I'm not a huge fan of it. There's a pretty solid tier break for these quarterbacks. I've seen it where Christian McCaffrey is the only non-quarterback drafted in the 1st round. And then you're kind of left with, Dak Prescott. Yeah. And if you're lucky, Deshaun Watson at the turn. And it's just hard to run without, you look at Donflict and he's got Derek Carr and C.J. Stroud, and I don't know how you can confidently enter any league with those two as your starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I've been drafting from the 7 spot. I have been in a few that on the 6. I like the 6 a little bit better. I like the middle of this. Like you just have a lot more of the pieces that you want fall to you in that particular area, and a lot of teardrops, like you were talking about, are at those particular spots. So I like the 6, but I don't mind the 7, because if you're lucky like I did here, I get a guy like Joe Burrow at the 7. Like, I lucked out.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, I don't understand how he fell all the way here. Now, I've seen a lot of drafts and a lot of mocks that I've done that it's, you still get Patrick Mahomes, you get maybe Kelsey, you get Hurts, Allen. Like, that's usually your top 4. That's usually the guys that go in this realm. I've seen a lot of guys going with, Justin Jefferson at the 5th or 6th pick. So it leaves that opportunity for guys like Herbert, Jackson, Burrow, Fields, Lawrence. I've gone Lawrence over guys like Herbert and Jackson. Like, those are my guys. Like, I don't like. I hate Jackson. I'm never gonna do it. I don't care. You can try. There's nothing that can turn me towards, going for him in any shape, way, or form. I just can't do it.
I'm personally loving the 8 spot right now, because for me, that's Justin Fields right here. That's that tier break of quarterbacks for me. And I'm usually able to get either Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, which I know you don't like Lamar Jackson, but
no,
if he's healthy, he's elite. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
sure.
Oh my God.
I don't see him as an elite guy. I really don't. A guy okay, I want to bring this up because a guy posted recently, and it was the best thing that I saw about the comparison. I gotta find it because it compared Lamar Jackson and Daniel Jones, and I'm not higher on Daniel Jones than I would be Lamar Jackson, but the fact that he made this comment. Hold on. So Giants fans are arguing Daniel Jones doesn't look like a franchise quarterback because the passing yards aren't there, while discounting his rushing stats. At the same time, they praise Lamar Jackson, who has 606 more passing yards in 16 more games and averages 174 passing yards per game. Like, come on now. He's not that much better. It's his rushing floor that makes him better for the fact, for fantasy.
Well, yeah. I think
fantasy
I don't think
out,
that's a
he's
hit
average.
on Lamar. I think that's a boost for Daniel Jones. I still
Oh
think
no, it's
Lamar
a huge
is elite,
boost.
but I just think Daniel Jones is so undervalued right now.
I completely agree.
He's my favorite buy in all dynasty leagues personally.
I'm on board. I think Daniel Jones is huge in all shapes, ways, and sizes for this. But for me, as a normal quarterback, take fantasy out of the picture. He is a average quarterback in my opinion for Lamar Jackson as a whole. He is an average real life quarterback.
I think he's above average just because of the type of plays that he can make. That it's
his accuracy.
He can pick up a first down at will. You know what I mean?
Well, see, and that's the part. His rushing makes him that's his only good part of his game. Now, granted, that's the same as Daniel Jones.
As a pure passer, no, he's not. No. He's not up there with the elites.
But he has to keep. That's the problem with his particular thing, is that he can rush for 800 yards, but he can't throw for over 3.
Yeah.
So if you can't throw for over 3,000 yards, you have to throw for 40 touchdowns just to even be in that top 10. So for me, it's one of those scenarios where I'm just in the. I want to stay away from him as much as possible. I mean, I'll get him at value. I mean, come on, if he drops to like the 11, I'll take him. It's not. Let's just be clear. But at the same time, for fantasy, I just don't like having to invest in that, and the fact that he hasn't played more than 14 games in the last 5 years. So
Yeah, no, I get it, especially in your spot when you do have, you just have other pivot options there for
yeah,
you.
I have
if that's not
so
your
many
bag,
more options.
yeah, if that's not your bag, then by no means don't
No,
don't feel like you have to go with the player because consensus tells you he's a value.
agreed. I never do. I never do. I've gone
Definitely
to
not
the
classic Mike.
yeah, I'm classic. But for
Like
me,
I like
it's
Lamar Jackson, but at the 8 spot, I've had the choice between Lamar, Justin Herbert, and Justin Fields one time, and I'm taking Justin
Ooh.
Fields over both of them personally. You might not like
I
Justin
don't
Fields
I
for
don't like
similar
Fields
reasons.
either. Well,
Yeah.
his is a different scenario. Well, okay, actually it's not different, but I guess it's a little more similar to Lamar but his is a lot more of an extreme. He was 32nd in completion percentage last year out of 32 quarterbacks. That's bad. I don't care who he's throwing to because Daniel Jones didn't have anyone to throw to, and he was 5th in completion percentage. So for me, yeah, he rushed for 1,100 yards. Like, he did good, but
Let's do this, Mike. Let's do this. All right.
I'm sorry.
What's
No,
up,
no,
Joker?
it's a valid point. My thing is
You have 15 seconds though, Tim.
Yeah, Tim,
Oh,
get your
I
pick,
didn't
and then
even
we'll
realize
argue
I'm on
all
the
you
clock,
want.
man.
You're good.
All
Pause
right.
it. Get it.
No, you're good.
All right. While you're saying that, I'll read this off. So Joker says, "What's up, guys?" or "Hello, guys." He said the league figured out Lamar stack the box, wait until he runs, and his arm can't
Because he
throw.
can't throw.
And Tyler says, "What other average QBs lead the league in passing TDs for a season?" So,
Guys like Goff, guys like Cousins.
Goff is good.
I love Goff.
Goodish.
No, Goff is an above average quarterback. At real life, not fantasy, but real life, he is an above average quarterback.
I'll give him that above average.
Yeah, okay.
He is an above average quarterback. He is in the realm that people very rarely look into because he was a freaking first overall pick. Everyone keeps forgetting this. Guy's good.
Yeah, but so is Marcus Russell, so we can't use that as an argument.
I really love what Dan Campbell's doing over there in Detroit, man. Like, honestly, it's a work of art for me. Like, Jared Goff cannot throw the ball deep. Let's get one deep threat to make the defense respect it. And Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all these guys are going to be working this intermediate route. And
that's all he needs.
It's going to work out great.
See, the only disappointment and the only thing that I'm a little upset about is they let go of Deuce Staley, and he went to Carolina. And that's where I was a little upset with the whole situation. Because I know this is a very, people don't always watch it. I mean, this was news that just came up that the Lions, the Hard Knocks is looking to have the Lions back for a second year in a row, which never happens. They just loved having them, and they thought they were great to work with and easy to work with. So it's one of those scenarios that, honestly, I think that was a huge loss for them. Is Deuce Staley? He was that guy. He was in everybody's face. If you watched that show, man, you saw some heart from that guy. I really like that. The coaching staff, just the staff. Dan Campbell is on his own, he's on his own level. But I mean, that group is something. I really do. Like, I like that group.
I'm ready to go to war for Dan Campbell right now.
Oh, me too. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Get you ready to fight.
Did you guys hear the whole thing? Oh yeah, you're on the clock.
No, I know. I'm going.
You guys hear the thing where they want to do the Hard Knocks?
Yeah,
on the
I just
Lions
said that.
again? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just said that.
I missed that because I was putting some guys in my queue. My bad.
No, I really think it's a great, situation if they could. I mean, they are a really fun group of guys. I love the guy Ricardo. That linebacker is freaking stacked. I think they're going to do good with Jack Campbell as well. They have they built that defense up. That defense got ripped apart last year. This year they're going to have they're definitely candidates to win the NFC North. I think they have a really good chance of winning.
Don't do it to me, Tyler. Don't do it to me.
And honestly, don't they have Thursday Night Football? Don't they have the first game of the year or Monday night? They have one of the big games.
They got a hard draw. I think they got Kansas City week 1.
They got right. They got Kansas City week 1 for the Thursday night game. Yeah.
Come on.
Well, that might be a bad draw, but at the end of the day, that's like national television. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good game. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. They're going to be.
It's at least one people actually want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree. You know, and we got Wilson in the house, the ambassador extraordinaire, helping us out in all ways, shape, and forms. We have to thank him. He is the one that has gotten us that Adam Rank and AJ Dillon. Shout out to you guys. And Adam Rank, if you're watching, please make sure you guys hit us up. I've been trying to hit you up. Unfortunately, your DMs are closed. Otherwise, I'd be reaching out to you. Please make sure. Huh?
I tagged him once too.
Yeah, no. But hey, come on in. We're ready.
Hey, he liked our post. He liked our post.
He did. So
make
sure,
he might come. He's seen it.
Make sure you guys are subscribing to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are also liking the videos. We're trying to grow. We're getting up there. Right now we're just trying to grind it to 700. We're trying to even get higher at 1,000 by the end of the year. So please, please, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Make sure you guys let them know. We don't want to be the best kept secret. We want to be out there. So I'll be promoting the hell out of ourselves when I'm in when I go to NYC live and when I go to the expo in August. I'm going to be all over the place. So try to keep your eyes out.
You're going to the expo too, Mike?
You're going to the expo?
Yeah, I'll be out there.
Timmy.
Nice.
Yeah,
you guys got to do a show while you're out there, man.
I'll do a show.
Or at least a couple shorts at least.
I might be able to make that work.
We'll make that work. Everyone's going to make that work.
It's a blast, man.
No, I'm excited. My first year doing it. I'm going with my wife. We're taking a road trip out to Canton. We're going to go to Cleveland the night before. We're going to be staying out in Canton in general, and we're going to just have a good time. She wants to go to the Hall of Fame, so I'm excited about that too. And I'm just excited to meet everybody and drink and have Jesse Moeller, you wonderful human being.
Yeah, he's been taking all my guys. I don't like him very much. No, I love you, man. Obviously, I like you a lot. We're eyeing a lot of the same players.
Yeah. But I'm excited for that. Really, I've awesome. Never done it before. I got the VIP pass. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to just be, having a ball. I'm glad that Tim's going. Get to say hi to you. That's always a great thing. I love being able to do this, but I always want to meet people in person and be able to have.
I can't believe you guys are going to meet face to face before
I meet you.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I feel left out.
That all works out.
I know, man.
Hey, man. Tickets are $75.
Yeah, it's not that. It's more so coming from Cali.
Yeah, it was rough, man. I drove out there last year from San Diego.
Drive?
And it was the worst thing I ever did to myself. I don't know why I did it. But I'm flying this year, that's for sure.
Oh, I was just going to say, okay.
Getting a little kicker run here going now.
See,
man,
Bass went early, but then Bucker started another run here, and then Moody, and then Tucker.
See, I get the appeal for going a little early because a lot of people don't think about it. I'm really surprised Bass went at 12 over a guy like Tucker, but
for me, given the extra point advantage for the kickers, Harrison Butker has got to be the number one kicker off the board for me. Being
didn't they
to
take
Kansas
that
City
off?
Offense?
Wait, didn't they take the extra? I think he said he took the extra point.
No,
off
he didn't.
Kickers, didn't.
No,
no.
He made he made it 3.3.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, he said
it's
a
not
PAT
1 point
is
anymore. It's
3.3. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I meant. Okay.
So I mean, Tim's right. The extra point.
Because he said I thought last year there was an extra point on top of making the field goal. So like if you made a 45-yarder, you would get 5.5 points because you get 4.5 for the yards and then another point for the make. I thought that's what he said, but again, don't listen to me, guys. I'm not in the SFB yet.
No,
I forgot what the kicker scoring.
Wait. Say that again.
When I watched the scoring right before we came on here, I could have swore I heard him say that last year, or he's taking away the extra point for the kicker as far as, and from what it sounded like,
the 1 point
you would get 4.5 for a 45-yard field goal, but then you would get an extra point for him making the field goal, for the field goal made plus yardage.
Correct.
So you'd get 1 point for the field goal made plus yardage. Now you're only getting whatever the yardage is. But I could be wrong.
I know for a
I
fact
think
the
you
extra
are.
point is going to be 3.3. I remember him saying that.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
why. But you're not getting 4.3 for
No,
the
you're
make.
getting 3.3.
You're only getting 3.3. Right.
Yeah. And that's fine.
But maybe that's what he meant.
absolutely
Maybe when
fine.
he was just referring to that. So, anyway, Tim, you're on the clock. Just FYI.
Oh, you mother.
There it is.
Man,
That's
I
who.
want these. I want
That's
the
who I'm
kickers from the
grabbing.
high-powered offenses,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. That's who I'm grabbing.
No, I had
and that dude has more. The only person that has more kicker swag than him is Tucker, man.
No, there's another
They're
guy
about on
that
the same level.
There's another guy I'm going to keep in my back pocket.
No, I just meant as far as just straight swag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that dude is on it.
I got another guy in my back pocket that I'm waiting for. I'm gonna get him. Don't you worry. I got.
Yeah, they're still in the chat. I wouldn't say it out loud.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
They're
I have my guy. He's in my pocket.
Oh,
I'm
that's
waiting.
good pick.
Yeah, man. I love Hayden Hurst.
I like him a lot this year, man. I think
He's gonna be that. He's gonna be the same guy that Dalton Schultz is.
Yep.
That's how I view it.
And there's, I mean, you go to Carolina, zero competition. What do they got? Freaking Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble. Like,
Oh yeah.
nobody's-
I think
like him a
he'll.
lot.
I honestly, I was a little disappointed that Carolina didn't get CJ Stroud. I thought that they would aim that way at one point, and I thought that CJ Stroud would work better for that offense than Bryce Young. I understand Bryce Young is talented. I'm not trying to knock him too much, but I thought that Stroud, as like what the tools that he has, I feel like he fit better in Carolina
I thought
for
so too.
what was going on. Like I honestly like the whole Carolina offense in a way. I'm loving Miles Sanders in his spot currently. They don't have the best O-line, but they bought in a lot of really good pieces. I like Dillon as a really good possession receiver with Terrence Marshall. I think that's going to work out pretty well. And then, like you said, with the tight ends, with Ian Thomas, Tremble, and then you've got, of course, Hayden Hurst, who I just went with. They got DJ Chark out there too. And, Miles Sanders can be dynamic. So I'm really excited to see how this will turn out as a whole.
I just think this Carolina offense is being severely underrated.
Agreed.
Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think they're going to be a good offense. You're probably looking at a bottom, 25.
6 games. Yeah.
But somebody in this offense has to produce something. Miles Sanders is going in the 7th. That's pretty decent, I guess. But you're looking at what beyond wide receiver or beyond running back 20. Thielen's going in the 13th. DJ Chark hasn't even been picked yet. Jonathan Mingo.
Oh, I just grabbed Chark right now.
You know what I mean? Somebody has to produce, and I do like the Hayden Hurst as one of the cheapest options of that offense that could really provide some production for your team, especially if you're punting tight end.
Agreed. And here's my guy. This is the guy I'm looking for everywhere.
Nice.
Brandon McManus. Jumps over to Jacksonville, gets dumped over in Denver, gets to go play, down south. Nice. I mean, decent weather. The guys that I like to aim for more are the guys that kick indoors. There's another guy that will probably not get back to me, but we'll see. Another guy that I really like, though, is Cameron Dicker. He's another guy.
He's in my queue, man. Shh, be quiet, brother.
Then why did you say
here? Come on.
Well,
Put me on blast like that.
The biggest thing
That's
is
the dude right there. Indoors, West Coast.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I like Great
9,
sometimes too.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games indoors. I mean, come on now. 14 games indoors. Now, the only knock on Cameron Dicker, other than of course, he's a very good kicker. I really like him a lot. The only downside to Cameron Dicker is his coach. Brandon Staley hates kicking the ball. Like if it's 3rd and 1, he's going for, if it's 4 and 1, they're going for it.
To be fair, the Chargers just haven't had a lot of luck with their kickers in the past.
Badgley was serviceable.
I'm talking like Nick Folk missing playoff kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
But Nick Folk has always been an accurate quarterback or accurate kicker. He was the most accurate kicker up until like 2 years ago.
Was he really?
Yeah, remember when he was kicking for the Dallas Cowboys? He was one of the best kickers in the league, and he was the most accurate kicker forever. He didn't miss one for like I forgot what it was.
I've never drafted Nick Folk personally. So.
I don't normally aim for Nick Folk. I told you I aim for the guys that play indoors. And that's just that's not. I know we're talking about kickers on a show that normally doesn't have kickers on it. But
It's Scott Fishbowl, man. This is the one time we get to talk about kickers.
Well, it's the one time that I like talking about kickers because I don't get to talk about kickers that often.
I'm even talking about kickers. I can't believe it.
If I was on MFL, I would have like 4 kickers already.
Oh, me too. I like that you can flex them because their floor is a lot higher than a lot of other people's.
Yeah.
So I have no problem drafting 3 or 4, kickers in this particular case. Now, granted, like we just said a few minutes ago, this is on sleeper. So you have to play at least one. Having 2 is okay just because you want to cover the bye week. But beyond that, I mean, is it worth carrying it? Probably not. Like, you don't need to draft 2. What a lot of people do is draft the one that they need and then just add drop and get the guy that you need the week before. I like to do it 2 weeks before. So,
did you guys put this up? Going with the kicker?
No, kickers is just that. Yeah, so it's essentially decimal scoring.
Extra point. Yeah.
So there's no extra. Yard. Yeah.
Oh, Tim,
you.
It was on you.
Oh man,
it's all right.
It's all right. He got you.
I got you. Hold on.
I thought you were looking. That's why I didn't say anything. It looked like you were looking about to make your pick. I was like, oh, I don't want to tell him.
No, you're good.
See, that's why.
Well, I wasn't going to be going with Hyatt either, so you're good. I'd rather go with somebody else if it was a Giant.
Man.
Yeah, I got Isaiah Hodgins queued up right here, Mike, already.
It would have been Hodgins. Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other. Those are the 2 wide receivers I had because I wanted to stack them with Howell.
Did you have Howell?
Yeah, I have.
You took Howell too early.
I did, but
you're messing up my whole
there was
game
kind of
plan
like a little. There was like a little quarterback run there that I got scared.
I'm supposed to be able to get Sam Howell in the 12th round.
Oh, Colt McCoy already went. Damn it. They ruined my late round QB guy that I like to grab.
You're in here with sharks, guys. You guys are in here.
Oh, no, it's okay. I got 2 guys that I can grab. I'm good.
There's
I have a couple guys.
Yes, there are. In like the 11th round.
There's Brissett.
There are hitting guys that we will not discuss until I get to that round.
It's Brissett and Minshew.
No, it's not. Those aren't the guys that I'm talking about.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Oh, you want some? You want some Billy Zappi?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I guess I'm gonna have to take my kicker here then. I guess.
Oh well, I was gonna. Yeah, just take Dicker. I was gonna take Dicker here just to be like a dick. Now I'm just gonna let you do it.
I appreciate
that, right? See?
I did have Hodgins there though. I was taking him right there next.
Yeah.
Well, I was taking actually Samuel first. He was the first in my queue. You guys both took both my receivers I had. Thanks, guys.
Hey, man.
Thanks.
Hey, this is like you said, sharks.
And it's Tyler keeps doing it to me. He did it to me with Rice, and now he did it to me with Jefferson. I like me some late Jefferson.
Oh, we lost Tim. That's okay. He'll get his internet back in a sec. But it's one of those things where I have a lot of late round guys that I target. So for me, if I miss one, I got at least 2 or 3 queued up. I have at least, I'm not going to mention who they are, but I have a few that I really like coming up. And I do have a quarterback that is not any of those guys that you just mentioned.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's this guy right here because I'm taking him.
Nope.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nope.
Well, I'm taking him
a lot later. It's a guy that's he's not on anybody's radar. He's not going to be anywhere in. He's going to be a lot lower. It's no one that you're thinking about.
Darnold or Zappi?
No. None of that.
Then he definitely got me. I wanted some Mike White action.
Timmy, you just let me know when you're ready to go, brother, and I'll give me a thumbs up, and I got you.
Right,
perfect.
Bring him in.
We got you.
All right, I appreciate that.
No problem, brother.
You missed out on my Van Jefferson. I want to get your thoughts on Jefferson this year.
Oh man,
from the inside.
Tough. I think Jefferson or Puka Nacua. I've heard a lot of good things about him in training camp.
Who I did pick up in one of my dynasty leagues.
Yeah, I think either one of them is going to play a pretty pivotal role in that offense. Allen Robinson's gone, of course, so one of them's going to have to step up. I'm not really a huge fan of Tyler Higbee in anything outside of a best ball league.
Okay.
So I think he's going to have a few hit games, but that's about it. But I think one of either Van Jefferson or Puka Nacua, I really can't put a name on it, or number or finger on it, on who it's going to be. But one of them's going to provide some solid production for you.
Now I have a question for you. There was, since we're talking about the Rams, we're just going to keep talking about the Rams. So they had the recent news that came out, and I know you're making your pick, so I'm going to give you a minute. There you go. They came out with the news about Sean McVay said straight up, Cam Akers, this offense is going to be running through it. How much do you believe that? How much do you think that it's that Akers might be one of those late round value guys that you could really pay, really get and do well with?
All right, let me see where Akers went. We're looking at 7'9" next to Miles Sanders. I've got him higher than some of these guys.
Okay.
I've got him higher than Swift and James Conner. But 7th round is kind of where I'm pretty okay taking him. It's just I kind of believe it. I kind of don't. I think they're going to rely on Cam Akers a little bit more due to Matt Stafford's arm and just that whole situation. Who knows what's going to happen?
Okay.
But yeah, I think Cam Akers definitely has the ceiling to finish as an RB1 this year.
Interesting.
He has a solid pass catching ability. He's pretty decent between the tackles, and he's going to get the volume. I'm not concerned about Kyron Williams or Zach Evans. We both aren't really huge. I'm not a huge fan of Zach Evans. I once was, and then, I started thinking about it and looking at his tape a little bit more, and he's just not it.
Okay.
I don't even know who else they have back there.
So my other question for you is the biggest knock on the Rams last season and the reason why they were being so unproductive, besides Matthew Stafford being hurt. Now, you can't really do much about that. Now, granted, hopefully they have backups this year. But at this point, do you think that they did a good job with, did they do anything in the offseason to rebuild that offensive line at all? I mean, that was the biggest problem, I think.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The offensive line was atrocious, but they made a couple of draft picks. I think they drafted 3 offensive linemen.
Okay.
And obviously late round picks. I think they used their third round pick on a
fine.
lineman. You just got to make the effort. They didn't really sign anybody. Obviously, they don't have the cap room because they were out here signing Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford and Aaron Donald, which it's just a really interesting team. I think if we can stay healthy, there's still a chance we can win the NFC West and be a very solid team.
So, what do you think about this pick?
I hate it.
Tell me, say less.
No, I mean, if you're gonna take a shot on quarterback, what's the difference between Taylor Heineke and Sam Bennett or whatever his name is?
No, I agree.
Stetson Bennett.
I just wanted to know how you felt about them drafting.
He's not good, but he wins. He's like 30 years old already.
Okay. No, that's fair.
And I'm all for having
it was
winners in the locker room.
You know what? And it was between him and Clayton Toon. Mm-hmm. Those were the 2 guys that I've been targeting really, really late. And it's just because of the concept that I don't think Kyler Murray plays this year. I don't think he plays at all. And I think Colt McCoy will probably start. But I do think that Clayton Toon has an ability to be able to take over Colt McCoy within the first 3-4 weeks.
Oh, that's what I wanted next.
So
my thing is, if Kyler Murray doesn't play,
mm-hmm.
then I think the Cardinals have to stick with Kyler Murray and trade the, if they try to get the number 1 overall pick or whatever, I think it's going to play a huge role in where they are as a team, their team record. But
no, I agree.
Yeah, it's just it's tough, man. I don't know what Arizona's gonna do. I do believe they'll roll Kyler Murray out at some point in the season because if they get the number 1 overall pick, trade whoever you have if he's not one of these quarterbacks drafted in the first round of this draft. If he's not one of these quarterbacks,
he's the dude.
Yeah,
he's the dude.
He is as good as Trevor Lawrence was as a prospect. Probably better because he's faster.
But yeah, that's my whole thing is, I do feel like they're going to just say, at one point they're kind of out of it and let's just eat it. And I'm just going to play guys like Colt McCoy and Clayton Tune and go like that. Clayton Tune is actually pretty good. Like he has a really good arm, real accurate. I think that he could be somebody that you can target late and actually do well with if, he's kind of like where Jimmy was in last year, where you don't know if he was going to play, took one injury to kind of get him to where he needed to be, and he became productive for you at the end of the year. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're in the 21st round.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Yeah, you're grasping at straws at this point.
Yeah,
but it's one of those things where he's not a bad guy to go for. See another good.
And I thought we had. Yeah, see, I thought I had him queued up. I was like, I thought we had like 2-3 more rounds. I was ready to go. There's still a lot of guys out here that I'm like, there's still this guy. Nobody grabbed Devontae Parker. I could have grabbed him.
See, I
mean, this late, you never know.
I like Devontae
wide
Parker.
Receiver too. That's what I'm saying. He's still a wide receiver too. I mean, I'm not expecting him to get 180 targets or anything, but.
So I'm trying to make this a little bit smaller, but I don't know if that's going to really help. Can you still read that?
No, there's no way you can read that.
I can read it, but I don't know about
full
you
screen
guys.
And see. No, barely.
Yeah. Can you make it just full screen right here? We could take off.
Yeah, I can do that. Give me a sec.
Nobody needs to see the 20th round picks.
No, it's all good. I got it. No. Rasta, I got it.
All right, so why do you guys like my team the best?
There it is.
Yeah.
Bagley, Mr. Irrelevant, with Don Flick there. All right, well, there it is, man. Completed 22 rounds. Like I said, I felt like I got like a second win right there. I felt like I could go another 2 or 3 rounds. I had guys I was ready to go. I was like in the groove, interested at these guys here late, seeing what kind of value you could get this late. In a giant tournament like this, 3,300 people. So again, I just want to go through again and thank everyone who, especially those guys on the East Coast who stayed up late with us here tonight. It was definitely a pleasure to go through this. And while I'm doing this, you guys can kind of go through and kind of pick out maybe a team or two you want to highlight on there. But yeah, other than that, man, again, I want to just thank everybody for coming out again. Make sure you guys like and subscribe here to us here at Get Right Fantasy Network. We do mocks every Friday night, home of the Friday night mocks. So make sure you guys come out if you want to join us and get in one of these mocks. Just hit us up, send us a DM, and we'll get you in. I'll hand it over to you, Tim. You got a team here that you're kind of liking besides your own?
Oh man, Tycoon's team's pretty solid, man. It's pretty hard to discount that one for me. You're talking Chris McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, 2 guys. They are my RBs 1 and 2. You could very much well see them finish in that fashion this coming season for the Scott Fishbowl scoring. Probably top 10 overall. And then you pair that with Deshaun Watson, TJ Hawkinson. You get a pretty bona fide alpha in Keenan Allen. And follow that up with Darren Waller, Chris Godwin. I do like Godwin. I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And we're going to back that up with pretty much supplanting our QB2 with Jordan Love and Jimmy G. You can kind of play the matchup on that. And then James Cook as your final flex option. And Jameson Williams, Jacoby Myers as your final wide receiver 3. Yeah, I really like this team a lot. I like it a lot. Not a lot better, but I like it a little bit better than mine.
Very nice. Which one are you eyeballing over here?
It's tough, man. It really is tough. There's no team that like screams at me that I like really love. I think everyone did. I think that's a testament to everybody, to be honest, and who we had in here. There's no one team that actually looks better than the others. I think everyone did a really good job as a whole, like finding what they like and making it work with their particular build. I'm trying to find something to like scream at me, but I can't. I mean, I like what I built. I like what I actually, to be honest, Jay Mueller sniped me a bunch of times.
Oh, he was sniping me too.
Yeah, and I like his build for the most part. I like a lot of the things that he did as a whole. I wouldn't have drafted guys like Elliott and Fournette, but I understand why he did. It gives him a big advantage if they, because they're going to sign. Let's just be fair. They're going to sign. It's just a matter of where do they sign. He drafted a lot of upside. I liked the, Herbert with Tua. I like Chubb. I like the Najee. I think those two guys are really big for the top. If you can get those two in this, it's huge. They're going to be in on third downs. Chubb is by himself currently, with Jerome Ford. That's it. Harris has, Warren. No big deal. Cooper is one of my favorite wide receiver ones at the bottom of wide receiver one tier. Like, he is that one guy that I am completely okay grabbing.
I have a ton of shares of him in Underdog.
Yeah, so many shares. I like him a lot. And then you're teaming him up with Hopkins, who it doesn't matter who he goes to with the Titans or with the Patriots, if those are the two teams that end up, getting him. Quentin Johnson, he's going to be something. I don't like the Mike Thomas pick, but that's just me. He could be fine if everything works out. But P. Ryan, Mitchell, Elliott, Edwards, Fournette, those are really good high upside running backs. Murray, just in case, you never know. Maybe he does play, but I don't see it. I love the tight ends, with Freiermuth, Gesicki. Always love Gesicki. I don't care where you take him. I like him a lot. So, overall, I like that team probably more than most of the others. The only other team, maybe, and I hate even saying it, is Ravery with Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. It's a solid build. Like,
Swift hits.
Yeah. Like, you get Stevenson and Swift. I like the build. Tank Bigsby underneath with, Gallup and Moore. Like, I really like that team a lot, actually. The more I look at it, the more I talk about it.
It's a little light on running back to me.
A little light, but it's
a lot of light. Yeah, I'm like, he's like a lot of
no.
A lot of running back.
Think about this. Johnson's going to be in a lot of third downs, and they're going to rotate him in with Deontay Foreman, and they're going to use all three. I think Tank Bigsby ends up taking the number 2 spot away from Hasty, and it makes it where he's that guy. And I think Tucker eventually will move into that role. Now, granted, he's hurt. He's going through his stuff.
I do like Tucker.
Tucker's a very underrated running back. It's just he's in a really odd situation. He's probably a throwaway guy. But
I disagree. So Tucker for me was my RB4 in the class.
Really?
But, obviously, yeah, I really liked him a lot. He just got pushed down due to
injury.
I believe it was heart issues.
Yeah.
Some medical issues.
Yeah.
And he went undrafted. But from a talent perspective, prior to the medical issues coming out, like, he was most people's at least top 6 running back in the draft.
Okay. Who was your number? I'm assuming Bijan was your one.
Oh yeah.
Bijan Gibbs,
Charbonnet, and then Tucker.
Interesting. So you had him over Johnson and who's the other? And HN or
I'm not big on A-Chain. He just doesn't.
Oh, don't let my buddy JC hear you.
Hey, we can argue.
Did you do a show with JC? JC Dynasty?
No, I haven't.
You got.
I'm in one of his Discords though.
So okay, good. Oh, with the Degenerates, with Dynasty Nerd, right?
Yeah.
He's the shit. I enjoy JC a lot. Me and him get along real well. We talk a lot. I'm in a group chat with him. He's real good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on the show here pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh no, I will try to get him on this show.
I was supposed to have Nerd come on my show.
Oh, nice.
But, we had a scheduling conflict and it didn't quite work out. But
he's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get both of them. But yeah, I love Sean Tucker. And
Okay.
Achain is just too small for me. He doesn't have the size to handle a full workload to take over that offense over there. I think Mostert and Wilson are going to be thorns in his side. But I still like Achain's ability. So
Okay.
that's why
And he's in a good spot.
Yeah.
He's just in a really good spot. Now, Rasta, you've taken a minute to kind of look, right?
Yeah.
Now, who do you
said,
like
man,
beyond you?
it's real tough to me. You guys hit them, kind of pretty much. I mean, I kind of like, these 6, 7, 8, 9 teams. I mean, I think that's kind of the spot to be in. I really would have liked Tyler's if he would have maybe grabbed. I'm just not comfortable with the tight ends, but I love all the rest of his players for the most part.
Okay.
But if I had to pick one team overall, I kind of like Drew's team here in the one spot. With Mahomes' cousin, Brown, Olave. I mean, I think Pierce, Cook, if he does sign, is salvageable. Pacheco's kind of a little bit of a sleeper. They worry about him a little bit, of course, with his lack of catches, but he did show some catching upside in the playoffs. And then, AJ Dillon, solid backup. Williams should have a nice role. And I just think it kind of fills out, pretty nicely. Even Ritter, Brissett down here. Just overall, a lot of guys that I don't mind having on my team. The only pick I would even have any problems with would be just this Ertz pick. But again, it's super late. I think is like tight end.
Yeah, tight end 3.
It's only tight end 3. So that's actually, I think he needs more tight ends than this in this type of format. And Ertz, I don't think is going to be ready even really this year. I honestly
don't think he plays. I think
I'm fading him everywhere, unfortunately, and I have a couple shares in Dynasty of him.
I think if he would have taken Rashad White over Pacheco, I would have liked that team a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm just not in on Pacheco. But
he's
I feel like it's kind of nitpicking,
Exactly.
I like
same
White
thing with MVS.
I like White over
same thing with
Pacheco.
MVS. So but
Well,
that's it.
no, CEH. CEH is he's still there. and they have,
I've been finding myself drafting a lot of CEH.
I draft him
in the
everywhere in
18th
best ball.
round in best ball. Yeah.
Like
he's just always
why
there.
not?
Yeah, exactly.
Like we
Just
don't know
injury,
exactly
anything.
how that's gonna play out. Like Pacheco got some
and apparently
solid
he
work
was
in the
kind of like
playoffs.
hurt throughout the year last year. Apparently he feels better this year and all that. So we'll see. I just
Pacheco
think
got
he
some
went in the
solid work in the
17th round.
playoffs, but where was he before that? You know,
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Like,
and I like Pacheco as the player. Like if you watch him
Oh,
play,
he runs hard.
he
for a little
runs
guy.
hard.
Yeah, I love it.
Like
Love
I've never seen a guy run like he does. It's incredible.
yeah.
I've seen guys run like him, but he almost runs like a tiny version of Dalvin Cook.
I was going to say
I feel like all his running backs kind of run in that same style. That Damian
I was gonna say he
Pierce
runs like
is
Lynch.
a furious runner. Dalvin Cook, Pacheco, AJ Dillon, they're all
He
kind of these.
he has a type.
Yeah, he's an angry runner. Angry runner.
He has a type of running backs.
So
yeah.
we didn't
So
have
Drew, I like you, man. 101. It's hard to draft a bad team at the 101.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we didn't really get like a consensus, like one person, so that's good too.
Mhm.
It's good that it's spread out a little bit. So I really like this draft. So like Rasa said, thank you for everybody that joined. Thank you everybody for that ended up coming in and drafting. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys sub and like the show. We really do appreciate your time and what you guys put in. So thank you. This was fun. Like I really had a good time. I've done these, these
I was real quiet a
before.
lot, man. I haven't been focused on a mock in a long time, man.
Yeah,
So,
and
I'm trying to get in here.
I've done a bunch of slow ones, and it's
I haven't
grueling.
done a slow one yet.
Oh, dude, I didn't mind it because it gives you a little more time. It's kind of like a slow best ball draft, but at the end of the day, it's not. There's no money in it, so it's kind of one of those like it just grinds, and then you don't know if it's your pick or not when they pause it, and they always pause it at like 10 o'clock, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
There
but
it
if you
is.
can, make sure you guys just you got to follow a bunch of guys on Twitter. All those guys are all listed below in the description. I'm not going to go name every single one of them, But the main things I will tell you is make sure you guys are following Fantasy Cares. Make sure you guys are donating to Fantasy Cares as well. All those links are down below. Make sure you guys follow the Scott Fishbowl
SFB
merch. Exactly. And get your shirts, man. They have so many cool designs. They are taking so if you guys looked at the thumbnail that I drew up, that's only like a drop in the bucket of what they have. They have over, I think it's over 300. I think
Pretty
that's
cool.
Exaggerating. They have a ton of different things. They've been putting out different things for you to do, throughout the month. It's incredible what they've done over at the Scott Fishbowl Abbeys. I mean, those guys are killing it over there, and they've done a wonderful job. So make sure you go and support them. Support everybody in this particular thing. This is all for charity, guys. This is all for the charities. I forgot off the top of my head who they go with. I know it's Toys for Tots.
Yeah, that's the main.
I had it all queued up, and I dropped it because we were.
Oh, you fumbled it.
No, give me a sec. I can.
No minus
pull it
points this year in the Scott Fish Bowl. So in the spirit of the Scott Fish Bowl, Mike, I'm not even mad at you for that.
Oh well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you being.
I'm not even mad at you for that. No negative points from me.
Where are we?
That sounds good.
Yeah, I know that sounded like a really good.
Yeah,
He's like, hey, that was the way to go. Yeah, absolutely.
So
there it is.
Let's see.
Just throw it in the description. Throw it in the comments.
No, I have it. I already. You can go there. I just want to.
Go ahead.
I want to list it. I just want to.
I want to
list
who.
Yeah, we always are. Come on, bro.
We are.
This is this your
on
first time with all this?
We're on year 3.
Oh, they had it somewhere. Get involved. Let's see if that has it. Nah. Well, check them out on.
This is scottfishbowl.com, man. They got it all there.
Check it out on Scott Fishbowl.
Absolutely, man. So cue up that outro, Mike. So yeah, man. Again, just want to thank you again, Tim, for coming out, brother. Appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys go out there and subscribe to the Fantasy Frontline podcast. He's bringing in guests. Hopefully, AJ will be back here soon. And we'll keep it going. You guys heard from Cody McGoats over at the Checkdown Podcast. He'll be dropping new videos here soon, so they're going to be coming back. Of course, there's always WAGMI Fantasy. Love it, man. We're all going to make it. That's what it stands for. Make sure you guys go check them out. Sign up for that Winning with WAGMI newsletter and the newest addition to the show this year, our one, our only, Dim Boys, DC for life. As you guys know, I'm here. Adam with the Fantasy Deadzone. Or the Deadzone Fantasy Show.
And I'm going to put Tim's back up here so that we didn't forget it.
There we go. Get it out there. Got to brand it. Get the branding out there.
Check out my episode. I brought Adam from Deadzone Fantasy over onto my show. We talked a little bit about his show, did a little interview kind of thing, and got to chop it up with him. Really smart guy. Trying to bring a whole new kind of aspect to the podcast game. And
hey, man, you've had a couple of decent guests lately. You had who did you have on recently? You had Linda. Did you have Linda?
No. I'm trying to get her though.
No, she's great. I love her. Who did you have recently?
Let's see. I had the Podfather. I had him come on.
Yep.
I had Bradley Stalder. I'm sorry.
Yep.
From Best Bell Fantasy. He came on.
I was forgetting the other guy. You had some really, really top guy the other day, and I was looking. I'm like, holy crap, Tim got him, and I forgot who it was off the top of my head. I gotta look.
That's why you gotta go subscribe,
right.
man.
We'll find it.
Fantasy. Turn on.
I am subscribed. I don't. Come on now.
Watch it. Subscribe. Hit that like button, man. But again, we appreciate it. It's probably one of our shortest Friday night mock episodes in years.
I know, right?
Hour and 30 minutes, man. But I like it. So again, we'll be back here again next week. We'll bring back another regular mock, so we'll get all of you guys back in it again. So yeah, man. Other than that, for Dustin, for Frank, hopefully they'll get on here soon. For myself, of course, Classic, and for Tim, man. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. We'll see you guys next Friday. You can roll those sleeves down. Let's get out.
Later.